Assalamu alaikum. In the previous video, we have learned that during inhalation, the inhaled air travels through the respiratory passages till it reaches the alveoli, where the respiratory gaseous exchanges take place. But what are the respiratory gases? To answer this question, let's compare the composition of the inhaled air to that of the exhaled air. The volume of nitrogen in the inhaled air is 79 per 100 milliliters, equal to that in the exhaled air, which is 79 per 100 milliliters also. We can conclude that nitrogen is not involved in respiration, so it is not a respiratory gas. The volume of oxygen gas in the inhaled air is 21 per 100 milliliters, greater than that in the exhaled air, which is 16 per 100 milliliters. Then, during inhalation, the body takes oxygen gas. The volume of carbon dioxide in the inhaled air is 0.03 per 100 milliliters, less than that in the exhaled air, which is 5 per 100 milliliters. So, during exhalation, the body releases carbon dioxide. Let's now observe how the gaseous exchanges at the level of alveoli take place. The respiratory gaseous exchanges at the level of the lungs take place by diffusion, which is the movement of particles of a substance from a medium of high concentration or pressure to a medium of low concentration or pressure. Look at the following animation. The blue particles are moving downward from the medium of high concentration to the medium of low concentration. The following picture shows an alveolus in contact with a blood capillary. Look at the blue arrow. It represents the blood entering the lungs. Don't forget that the blood entering the lungs is the blood collected from all body organs. And the red arrow represents the blood leaving the lungs to feed all the body organs. I want you now to compare the pressure of CO2 in the blood entering the lungs to that in the alveolar air and to draw out a conclusion. The pressure of carbon dioxide in the blood entering the lungs is 45 millimeters of mercury, more than that in the alveolar air, which is 40 millimeters of mercury. We can conclude that carbon dioxide diffuses from the blood into the alveoli. Let's now compare the pressure of oxygen gas in the blood entering the lungs to that in the alveolar air to draw out a conclusion. The pressure of oxygen gas in the blood entering the lungs is 40 millimeters of mercury, less than that in the alveolar air, which is 100 millimeters of mercury. We can conclude that oxygen gas diffuses from the alveolar air into the blood. As a summary, at the level of alveoli, carbon dioxide diffuses from the blood into the alveoli, and oxygen gas diffuses from the alveoli into the blood. So, the blood entering the lungs get enriched with oxygen gas and impoverished with carbon dioxide. Let's remember what we have learned in the previous video. The gaseous exchanges at the level of alveoli are favored by three characteristics, which are the huge number of alveoli, which increases the surface of exchanges, the richness in blood vessels, and the extreme thinness of the alveolar wall.